we get in the program, Holly, it's time for this week's Joke of the Week.
Okay. Why did the chicken cross the playground?
This has to... Why... To get to the corn?
To get to the other slide.
Oh, the other slide. Okay.
This week's garden joke is brought to you by Rescue.com. American-made rescue products keep your family, home, and yard protected from pests such as wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, flies, ants, and more. Learn more at Rescue.com. That's RESCUE.com.
You ever seen a chicken go down a slide? I've seen ducks kind of go down a little slide. Never a chicken. No?
I think it's just like ducks that do that.
I'm sure if we would go on the internet, there would be something.
Probably.
There's everything, yeah. All right. Well, trees are a feature of many backyards. It's a great item to have to keep the house cool. Birds, wildlife. But there's a handful of them that you probably shouldn't be planting in your backyard for a variety of reasons, and we'll go over such. So we're just not saying, well, this and this and this, and have a good day.
I forgot to add this to the list, I think. What's the one that puts out the juglong? Is that the...
black walnut.
Black walnut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't add this to the list, and I just thought of it. But yeah, black walnut, it's not a bad backyard tree, but what happens is it releases this chemical, basically.
Natural chemical.
And it makes it harder for you to grow vegetables in the ground, especially tomatoes.
Pretty much anything.
Pretty much anything. Very limited. So
it releases it in the soil to protect it, to make sure it's healthy, and it keeps other plants at bay. All right. Bradford pear is one of these items. It's prone to structure failure and disease.
Yeah, so when you are thinking about planting a tree in your backyard, you want to make sure that you are getting something that's going to make sense. It's not going to have structure failure.
Technically outlive you.
You want it to outlive you. Maybe like a root situation, something like juglong that's going to prevent you from growing vegetables if you want to in the ground. I mean, you can obviously still grow raised beds or whatever. So yeah, Bradford pears.
And it does produce a pear.
Yeah, it does.
But
maybe it's more for like an orchard.
Right.
Yeah, where you don't have to worry about when you're putting a tree in your backyard. You want it to be there a long time. It's like an investment. And it's also like a landscape investment.
It's an investment to the house, and it can be a luxury item in order to add different characteristics to the property. And if you have a porch, it's nice to set out on the porch under a shade tree instead of baking in a field in a chair.
Mm-hmm. So weeping willow, this has
these are pretty trees, beautiful trees.
Pretty trees, but they are better off in a field far away from your home.
Why is that?
Or like away from your home. They have very invasive roots, which can cause foundation problems and also septic system problems. And
the septic system.
Yeah. So.
Rod Child's suicide sucking septicist.
Okay, red green. So, they're very pretty though. Like especially when you see them
nice by a lakefront.
Yeah. But that's because they're away from the house. Right. The roots can cause problems not under your foundation.
Silver maple grows too fast and often has a problematic lifespan. So
they are prone to branches breaking. They're not as strong as like a sugar maple.
And generally, maples in the whole sense of tree arborist stuff is a very, very fast growing tree.
Yes. So silver maple are also fast growing, but they're prone to more breakages, and they are prone to more disease than other maple trees like sugar maples. So it's something to keep in mind. But at one time, they were very popular. I don't remember why, but they're very popular as opposed to a sugar maple, and they were growing among municipalities. Maybe they got a good deal on them. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so silver maple can be a problem. So if you are going to grow a maple tree, did I say silver or sugar? You want to get like a sugar maple, or that tends to be a better variety that's going to grow better for you. My mom has a silver maple in her backyard, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it's kind of broken apart, and
it is going to be taken down.
Yeah, it's not.
And a lot of times when you take these trees down, number one, if you're doing it, make sure you're doing it correctly. Number two, it's cheaper to hire somebody than to deal with insurance and hospital. But here, give you a reference here. An oak tree per year will grow about 13 to 24 inches. Okay. A silver maple will grow anywhere from 3 to 7 feet a year.
That's crazy. That is fast. All right. So ash trees are, because of the emerald ash borer, that's the major reason why you would not want to plant an ash tree. Now, if you have an ash tree growing, that's fine. There's no real problem with the tree itself. It's the pest.
And it will eventually come to, it's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to succumb to the emerald ash borer. Womp womp. So I have one that I probably...
And the emerald ash borer is pretty much every part of, let's say, half the eastern part of Texas, most of Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, all the way into Colorado, Montana, up into the Canadian provinces and east is where the emerald ash borer is found, and it's starting to progress its way towards the west. So if you are taking a tree down, be sure that you know what you're going to do with that wood. Are you going to burn it on location? If you grind it up, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe that makes it no longer viable. The emerald ash borer, it kills it and it goes away, and you don't have to worry about the transportation or the reintroduction.
If you grind it up?
If you grind like a wood chipper.
Yeah. But if you just take like firewood and you move it from place to place.
Grandma needs some firewood. We'll just take it across the county. That's a bad thing.
Across the state, across the county.
And I know that's just silly. It's everywhere. Well, it's because people have done it before, and that's kind of why we're in the situation we're in. There are certain departments in townships and states and governments that actually have common sense and know that there are certain things that shouldn't be done because it can be detrimental 3, 5, 10 years down the road in this type of situation with nature.
Right.
What's next one?
So we have the Chinese tallow tree. It's very invasive. It outcompetes native plants and anything that is invasive. So it's just smart to keep that away from close to your home, close to, something that is going to choke out something else. Now,
this is typically a tree that will grow in zones 8 through 10 and 11. So for most of the country, this is not really a problematic issue. However, there are people that are able to and do find great joy into growing tropical plants in non-tropical locations. So that is information that needs to be shared.
Right. So then the mulberry tree, it has really messy fruit, and while it can be a high pollen producer, so you would want to, if you were for some reason to grow these trees, maybe you'd grow 2 so you could have balance out that pollen. And then its roots can crack pavement. So, if you have a driveway or something, right, maybe not something you want is the roots to go out there and crack the pavement. So
let's do some considerations when choosing a tree. You want to look at how invasive the roots are, check the tree for a potential root system issues, like the willow tree, the aggressiveness of the roots.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that in your septic system or wherever it may go. How susceptible it is to disease, so something like, or pests or whatever, just like the emerald ash borer and the ash trees. You want to make sure that you're not going to have those problems.
And what kind of pollen it emits. Are you allergic to it? Because it's nice to have a pretty tree, but if you can't breathe between April and May, kind of difficult to enjoy out the outdoors.
What's that other one? Is it like cottonwood or something?
That's one of them.
Yeah, that has that stuff that floats through the air.
Yes, that's cottonwood. Yep.
Yeah, and then I think, is it oak trees? No, I don't know. But there is another high allergen tree, but I know it's definitely cottonwood. And obviously the mulberry and ash trees can also produce a lot of pollen, and that is not fun if it's right in your backyard and you have seasonal allergies and you're trying to have a good time and the tree is not allowing you to. No fun.
Nope, not at all. So, we are brought to you by WaltonsInc.com.
Yeah, we know you care about where your food comes from. At Waltons, you can get all the equipment, seasoning, supplies to make sausage, turkey, and any other meat product your way to your high standards. They also have anything to help you make the best finished product with meat, which includes a full line of their meat grinders, mixers, sausage stuffers, and more to help you go from animal to edible. Walton's everything but the meat. You can use code GROW50, that's GROW50, to save 10% off orders of $50 or more.